Hi guys, Ashley James here from UK Energy Watch. Today I wanted to explain how the maintenance cost savings work with an LED lighting installation. So in the past video I explained the energy savings that you get with LED, and using the last example we had a total energy saving of £52,500 over a 7-year period, with a cash gain of £27,500 after the project had been paid for through the savings. So if you haven't watched that video, I'd suggest heading back and watching that after this one or before. Today I want to explain the maintenance savings, which is a real, sometimes equally as important saving that you get by installing LED lighting, replacing existing lights with LED. So 3 examples. We're going to look at a school, a office block and a factory. Three different types of organisations that we work with, and I hope one of them will relate really to your type of business. So let's look at the school first. So the amount of lights in the school is 500. Now the cost to replace each light fitting every time it fails is, we're going to use a nice round number of £10 per unit. It could be more, it could be slightly less for some of the bulbs, but I think that's quite a fair figure to work with. So the total cost to replace every light in the school, every time the full cycle of replacing the lights goes round, is £5,000. That could be once a year, it could be once every 2 years. I don't know, without looking at your business or organisation specifically. Something maybe you could answer, but let's look at it as a whole cycle. Every time the lights are being replaced, the cost to replace those lights is £5,000. Now obviously those lights need to be physically changed. So some schools have a third-party electrical team that come out. So I've just used them for this example, assuming that you have a third-party, fairly small school really, with 500 lights, might come out once a quarter with a call-out charge of £500. So the labour cost for the school to change the lights every time they're being called, every time the lights are being changed, is an extra £2,000. So you have a £7,000 cost to the school just changing light bulbs or light fittings. This is added to the energy cost that you're spending on the lighting. So let's look at an office block. So, let's assume a small one of only 250 lights, a small block. Again, keep it simple. Let's assume a £10 charge per light. So the total cost to the business is £2,500 every time the lights are being changed. Again, let's assume they've got a local electrician that comes out to change the lights for them. I think that's quite a low figure really, but let's just use £1,000 for this example. So it's still a £3,500 cost to the business every time the lights are being changed, the full cycle. Now let's look at a factory. So this is really, factories, warehouses. This is where the cost of changing lights really does jump up. So again, 1,000 lights is probably quite a small factory compared to some of the ones that we go into. The cost of the lights has jumped up a little bit in this example because of the type of fittings you usually find in factories. So we're going to use an average of £20 Again, it might be more, might be slightly less for a few of them, but let's work with £20. So the total cost every time the lights are being replaced in the factory is £20,000. Now labour costs, what you get in factories, you need obviously access equipment. Sometimes in plants the machines need to be shut down, but let's look at the cost of, I mean, this could be either a third party coming out. Most probably in factories you have someone in-house who can replace the lights, but there's still a wage being paid to that member of staff. So really, is that the best use of their time changing light bulbs? So potential labour costs in a factory can be the initial labour itself, access equipment, and also downtime for the machinery and the workers to get to certain lights. So we've used a figure of £5,000 for this example, which gives us a total cost to the factory of £25,000 just on replacing light bulbs or light fittings. So a huge cost to all examples really. And what LED lighting does, it eliminates these costs, as well as significantly reducing the energy costs. It eliminates maintenance, and here's why. Quality light LED luminaires have a long lifespan. So our LED lights in our range have a 50,000 hour lifespan. Some of them actually slightly longer, some of the premium stuff, but generally 50,000 hours, which is in a school can be anything from 12 to 14 years of life. In a factory where they're on 24/7, it's 5.5 years of life. So depending on how often the lights are being used and operated, you've got at least a 5-year period of zero maintenance costs. So depending what type of business you are and which one relates more to you, you've got anything from a £3,500 saving to £25,000 saving, plus some of the big factories that we go into, this number is significantly higher. So I hope that explains the maintenance cost savings. Again, I hope one relates to you, and what we will do in the audit, we'll identify this with you, so we'll get these numbers correct and we can get a ballpoint figure at least of how much maintenance savings an LED lighting installation is going to save you. So how that's funded is explained in the past video, so you can actually benefit from all this without spending any of your own capital or budget. So if you go back and watch that video, that explains how. If you have any further questions on maintenance savings or guarantees and warranties from the products that we install, then give us a call. Our team are here to help. The number's at the end of the video, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you've got. Alternatively, we can obviously come out and see you and discuss all this face to face in a bit more detail with perhaps yourself and the team. So thanks for listening, and hope that helps.